This is the losers final. Jig actually lost against My Intents in the semis, so they're gonna be playing against Optimate in the semifinal to see who's gonna be playing in the final. That should be a really interesting game. Jig actually got knocked out by My Intent, but they did add a lot of stand, and now they have a new a player they usually have on their team. Mercy Please is gonna be playing with them, so that's gonna be interesting to watch. And with me, we're gonna have Miko. It's actually gonna be his first time in cast, but it should be amazing. How are you doing, Miko?
Not bad. Yourself?
So as for the ban, we saw Dirge and Puck banned from Optimate. I believe they saw Omega Pounder's Puck because it was amazing last game. Even though they lost, his Puck was really good. And as for Jig, they do ban the Gyrocopter and the Zeus, so they're leaving all the stronger heroes in the pool, and they do decided to pick the Leshrac and the Earthshaker. Interestingly enough, they picked Crystal Maiden first pick. Do you like that, Miko?
Not entirely sure about the Crystal Maiden first pick. It opens up a lot of premium picks, especially with the Leshrac and Earthshaker right there. One thing that they pretty much failed to take note to ban on, which is something that's very much in demand in this meta, is the Shadow Fiend pick.
10 seconds
Pretty much they can't pick it anymore because Leshrac plus Earthshaker gives a very decent initiation, so it kills anybody in the mid lane that doesn't have any sort of escape. Puck being bad as well, they're gonna have a little bit of problem with picking up something.
I did barely lost.
Yeah.
Just sack the mid lane. Don't send anyone in that lane. It's done.
Yeah, pretty much. Anybody that's in the mid lane that's pretty much squishy. The only thing that I can think of right now could probably move a little bit would be Queen of Pain. I guess Invoker. There you go with the Queen of Pain pick.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. But at the same time, Optimate did the same thing roughly and they did last time. They get some sort of weird pick in the first round. Crystal Maiden and Shadow Demon. Both, I'm not saying Shadow Demon is bad. We saw last game, Shadow Demon did amazing. In combo with Leshrac or Lina, he's amazing. But this time, he's once again, he's not going to have the easy combo. And it's not like Queen of Pain, Shadow Demon, Crystal Maiden. They don't really sync up really well together with the Shadow Demon disruption. As for Jig, they have Spirit Breaker or Earthshaker. One Fisher while Baratron's charging, and you have the initiation you're looking for. So as for now, it looks like Jig, they have the easiest like fight happening their way. It's gonna be easier for them to just like kill the enemy team. And now they with the Disruptor, they do get their answer to the Queen of Pain, and that looks pretty solid.
They're gonna need some sort of initiation with their lineup now, though. Shadow Fiend or Shadow Demon does give a bit of initiation, but it's like their lineup right now is very squishy as compared to all the different moves that the Dire side or the Radiant side really has right now. So especially with the Disruptor as well, that kind of like shuts down the Queen of Pain and any other supports or heroes that actually tries to get away. So they're gonna have a pretty rough time in the early game as of right now with the picks, I feel.
Yeah, I mean, like, Shadow Demon is like a close quarter initiation. You need to get that disruption, but it's not like Earthshaker or Disruptor are gonna let you get it. It's gonna be pretty hard for them to get close enough.
That's true. What do you expect for the last pick as of right now? I'm looking at...
I mean, right now, Optimate, they do need, I guess, an offlaner. I guess that Jig went really good with a good ban on the Broodmother and the Clockwork, because those are two heroes that could get... Broodmother wouldn't really give a good disruption, but at the same time she could buy a lot of time. So I believe Optimate right now, I'm not entirely sure what they want to go for, but they need some sort of initiation in the offlane. I guess Centaur would be like the easiest way to get that initiation going.
I was just about to say that actually. At the same time, they need something that goes with strength, something to like soak up the damage at least in the early parts of the game, just so that the initiation wouldn't exactly kill 3 or 4 heroes of the Dire side. I'm thinking either Centaur or Bristleback even. Oh, and there goes the Clinks. Very interesting.
I mean, they don't have anything like to really scare the Clinks. They do have like Shadow Demon and Crystal Maiden, but like only Crystal Maiden is really good against him. I mean, Shadow Demon does have the Purge, which is okay-ish, but the Shadow Demon and Crystal Maiden against the Clinks with with the Orchid, you're gonna go down so fast.
Yeah, I was just about to say that the Orchid would really
10
be
seconds
good versus the
remaining.
line of the Dire side. Not only does Clinks offer some sort
5
of
seconds
silence
remaining.
starting from the mid to late game, but he also scales really well.
Reserve
Even with the
time.
Juggernaut, after like he uses a spin, they could start just
Strafing him.
Yeah, strafing him, and he can really counter that too much.
Yeah, definitely. I think like right now Optimate, they need to get some sort of solid initiation because they do have the damage. Like the damage early game with the Queen of Pain and Juggernaut and the Shadow Demon with his amplified damage, they do have the damage, but at the same time, they have to be really careful with how they're initiating against Jig because Earthshaker, Spiritbreaker, and Disruptor, they're gonna weight them really hard. And well positioned Earthshaker is gonna do wonder this game.
How do you expect the lanes to go for the Radiant side? Is it going to be a dry lane Spirit Breaker, or are they going to put the Clinks in the safe lane to farm a quick Orchid?
I think they're just gonna wait and see what offlaners Optimate are gonna go for. That's
10
obviously
seconds
mid Leshrac, and since this is a faceless void, so are they going to be aggressive? Are Optimate going aggressive with this? Because offlane faceless void versus like straight up safe lane Clinks is just really rough. Not sure how they're gonna do it. Last Fly played
So the
just keep it up.
okay. So I don't think there's any detection on the
battle
Dire side.
begins.
So I
Is
think
Bone gonna get the
Clink-
rune though? Is he gonna snatch it?
Oh,
Oh,
he
he
did.
did.
It's going to be really big. 2 bounty runes and going in favor of the Radiant side. So that's a good start for them.
That was really well played by Bone Fletcher because you just click on the an hero. They don't have sentries. All right, let's try to
Yeah,
get the
no
rune.
detection on
Easy.
them.
Yeah.
Which is also pretty risky because you'd think that here in tournaments one of the supports would take a perk, sentry ward. But then again, you being Bone Fletcher should be really aware and should be able to like click on the different heroes just to check if the supports would carry any sentries or any form of detection.
Yeah, definitely. That's pretty much it. So we're gonna have a Quap versus Leshrac in the mid lane, and I think that's the kind of lane that Leshrac have a really advantage with just spamming that lightning storm. It's just so easy.
Who do you think would be able to have the upper hand here at this middle lane? See,
Yeah.
this Leshrac got pulled with 2 tangos, and here comes the sun already coming in. A bit of harassment going on, and pretty standard stuff as of right now.
As for the safe lane, it's gonna be a Spirit Breaker against the Juggernaut, and I feel like Bartram, he's not really scared of the Juggernaut. It's
That's-
so tanky. It's just-
That's true. Right off the bat, you see 5 armor coming in from the Spirit Breaker with no additional stats coming in as of right now. So together with that, he also has a 67 base damage. So it's gonna make things a lot more easier for him to stack up on the creep kills. Also together with the denies.
Yeah, it's almost like Juggernaut would need to go for a Blade Fury build to kill that Spirit Breaker, and this is not what you usually want to go for. You rather go for the stat and just farm faster. And as we're seeing right now, Barstrom is actually disrupting the safe lane so hard, just getting the pullback, and there's nothing Juggernaut and Crystal Maiden are doing about it.
That's true.
But Shadow Demon does find a Invis rune. It's gonna push back Spirit Breaker a lot because it's gonna be somewhat scared of any initiation by the Shadow Demon.
It's true. I like how he also picked up the Order Venom right away, so Barrister could start charging up middle and be a presence once the creep wave starts pushing up here at this offlane radiant side. Faceless Void getting real low right there.
I mean, yes, on top of like having a Bone Fletcher, which pretty much already like wrecks him, he always have an Earthshaker next to him. So if he gets low enough, and just one quick Fisher with an Earthshaker and 2 Strafe, and yeah, Void is gonna have to be really careful.
I don't think like he picked up Strafe as of right now, which is
but
kind of a little bit
missing.
standard, because you don't really get too much benefit with additional attack speed during Strafe, at least early on in the game, because your base attack speed is still kind of low.
Yeah, and you're also losing lots of mana. But if you do get like Strafe at level 4, or maybe even a bit later, you might even get a kill if it happens.
Correct. So looking at it in the middle lane right now, it seems that Lishrak is dominating the middle lane. Queen of Pain on regen with his empty bottle, only has 9 creep kills together with 2 denies, and Lishrak with almost
but there's gonna be the charge coming out from the Bartram. There's gonna be like Lightning Storm. Spirit Breaker, he's not gonna stop. He's gonna have one right click. There's a charge, one right click, and there it is. First blood going the way of the Spirit Breaker, and like you said, Lishrak totally winning the mid lane, and Queen of Pain is gonna have a really rough time. She doesn't even have Brown Boot at 4 minutes.
Yeah, this is going to be a problem for the Dire side, all because like, they don't have any vision with the top rune together with the lane as well. So the moment that the creeps starts to push up here at the top lane, you can expect Baratheon to just charging in, especially here in the middle lane, because that's the most exposed coming from the top lane. Yeah, so I do think that they'll need to give some sort of a vision for this Queen of Pain here at top. As of right now, even especially right now that the Queen of Pain doesn't have any form of much of an escape mechanism other than the blink, because he doesn't have boots yet, so it's gonna be a problem.
Oh, there's gonna be Fisher on the Faceless Void. He's stuck. Is there gonna be a glimpse? Oh, Disruptor barely out of range to get that glimpse, and like you said, if there's a glimpse just after the time walk, Void is pretty much dead.
Yeah. So a little bit of a standard farming as of right now. Nothing too interesting happening.
Faceless Void hiding in the trees, trying to get that experience. He's the kind of hero he really needs level 6 to be able to have any impact in the game, and we're just gonna see if he gets it at a decent timing to start having some impact in the game. And as for Optimate right now, they do have like the Crystal Maiden farming the jungle a bit, but in terms of like experience, they're just slowly but surely getting behind Jig, and they have to do something about it, because Shadow Demon and Crystal Maiden, they're not gonna have as much impact as I guess what Archseeker and Disruptor do in sort of initiation, in term of initiation. Sorry.
I think one of the biggest problems here is this Spirit Breaker is getting a lot of experience and a little bit of farm. Actually, a lot more farm as compared to the Dire side's offlaner, because Faceless Void only has 3 creep kills right now. Level 5, just hitting the level 5. And yeah, so here comes the charge again from Fly on the Baratheon going into the middle lane, but this time around they have vision on the top rune, so you could expect support starts to roam up, and yes, he does cancel.
Yeah, Queen of Pain totally needs that that backup from the support to make sure that she doesn't suffer from Baratrum charging. Because even if she do back up, Spirit Breaker could be the kind of hero that just keep going no matter what.
Correct, but now that they notice that Queen of Pain just jumped around, oh, a little bit of initiation here at middle as the Fissure comes, and together with that, the stun from Leshrac, and it's gonna be an easy kill for the Radiant side.
It's such a good start from for Jig, just making sure that the hero who has the most impact in Optimate lineup just doesn't get as much early. And I really feel like if Optimate have a Queen of Pain that's fall back into the game, they won't have enough damage to deal with Jig's
A little
score.
bit of harassment here at top from the Radiant side, I mean the Dark side with the Spiritbreaker. Not much.
Speedbreaker really doesn't mind him on that Crystal Maiden, and
I know, eh?
he's really not scared. He's establishing dominance, and whoop, at the same time, nothing's really happened for it. And as for the safe lane going from Jig, Mercy please, I think he hasn't dropped any creep right now. He's at 48 last hit at 7 minute 30, almost halfway through the Orchid, and I feel like he's gonna do wonder with it. Just straight up wonders.
Yeah, that's correct. So you can already see that Jig already has more than 2,000 lead and experience right now, so that's going to be really big. And pause coming up right here seems to be a problem. The Dark. But Barathrum has a lot of base HP and at the same time high armor, so you can only harass him to as much. So as long as he doesn't put himself in a too bad of a position, you can expect him to live off the harassment.
I mean, if like Shadow Demon and if the tri-lane goes at once, it could have really happened. If like Jigganautz would have gone for 4-1-1 instead of a 2-1-2, which is really weird actually. I don't think that going for Blade Dance early is really useful at Dota. And so there's gonna be a rotation by the Leshrac. There's gonna be Neither Strike, but actually he's gonna go down to Crystal Maiden, but that's gonna be a double kill going on the way of the Leshrac, and wow, that's so brutal for them. Losing your carry like that, and
Leshrac is gonna start to snowball real hard right there. Not only did he win the middle lane really convincingly, he's also winning the other lanes as well, and able to find the most important core.
Earthshaker might find a faces where there's gonna be a stun. There's no stun. They're gonna leave him away just for now. And I mean, Jig's lineup right now, if they want to push early, they're just gonna do it so hard. Like, they're just gonna push, and Diabolic Headache, when he's gonna get it a bit level higher in the game during the mid game, combined with Bone Fletcher, they're gonna push hard, and oh, one hit. Oh, there's gonna be the backtrack, pretty much saving Void's life right now. And
value backtrack right there.
yeah, 50% chance of winning Dota. Faces where did it. Congrats to him. Oh, Crystal Maiden getting cut somewhat out of position, using that stuff. Oh, Queen of Pain though, using that Sonic Wave and doing so much damage, actually killing that disruption. And what seemed to be a Crystal Maiden like being YOLO was actually a really good engagement for them.
Yeah, very good clash right there. It looks like this Barathrum
he gets
is really
one.
coffee right now.
Surely Team Immunity is going to throw this one away, or maybe they will.
So
To
it looks like
existence
they
with the
want to
hat
secure
trick. He's
since
still
they
got
already
his magic to try and deal with.
Oh, but Juggernaut, he's going on it. There's gonna be Neither Strike. He's gonna be that Neither Strike, and Barathrum, you were talking about my, and that's gonna be a 10-minute minus on an offlaner, which is as good as it gets, to be honest. And
That's so
Middle is
crazy. That's
missing.
like really good farm for him. Between Juggernaut and Barathrum, it seems to be fairly even, if not going in favor of the Baritone right there.
Yeah, and
Because-
that's what I think Baritrum ganking the mid lane and stuff, and that really shouldn't happen. Like Juggernaut should have got more lasted than him when he left the lane, but that really didn't happen. Like, I mean, Turbo farm, it's ridiculous, and at the same time, Void doesn't have that much impact in the offlane compared to Baritrum. So that's kind of why Bone is having so much good time. But at the same time, I really feel like Juggernaut must have been missing lasted somewhere at some point.
Yeah, that's true. Well, there's also like when you auto attack, when Baritone auto attacks you, there's always the chance of the Greater Bash, or I'm not quite sure what it's called here in Dota 2.
Neither, yeah, Greater Bash. Yeah.
The Greater Bash, yeah. So, old school Dota player right here. So,
Let's
I'm
get.
not even sure if
Looks
he-
like Vasis Void. He's gonna have time walk level 2 if he wants to, and he might actually try to go on initiation on the Leshrac. That could be really doable if he wants to go for, but nope, he's not doing it. And Tower's getting real low, and they're actually gonna get a deny on it. Some sort of good rotation. There's gonna be 4 heroes in the way of Optimate defending that tower who's gonna get denied. As for Leshrac, he's gonna go top. He do know that there's no ultimate on the Juggernaut. He just used it. Right now, it looks like Omega Punter is just more focused on pushing than farming all around. And
So essentially, all the different lanes has now been won by.
yeah, pretty
Jig.
much.
What do you think Dire side should do to start coming back like this? Like, I'm thinking that they should smoke every time that Faceless Boy has his ulti up and try to get as much pickoffs, at least even on the supports. But now Bartham is charging and he started canceling right now. Looks like they saw that they had vision and all the different supports or heroes are not clumping up here at the top lane of the Dire side.
I mean, definitely. I mean, you pick Faces Void in the off lane for Chronosphere. Oh, but there's gonna be an initiation. Slither is gonna miss, but Baritone is actually gonna back. He doesn't want to go. I feel he do know that there's the Chronosphere on the Faces Void. But yeah, like I say, when you pick Faces Void in the off lane, you do want to use that Chronosphere. And like you said, if they try to get the gang going with the smoke, and they could really get easy gank, and they should like use it. Otherwise, you're gonna have a hero in the off lane that like Void that doesn't farm really well without items. So.
Alright, top lane's getting charged. Juggernaut, I think, is.
Oh, there's gonna be so much teleportation too. Oh, he's dead. So there's gonna be just static storm, and there's nothing they can do about it. And now Bonefletcher find a Shadow Demon with his like 2 armor, 3 armor, he cannot do really anything. Oh, he's gonna get disrupt. Shadow Demon is gonna go down really fast, and so does Crystal Maiden, and they're all gonna die, and they cannot do anything about it. Queen of Pain used the teleportation, cancelled it because she's like, oh, there's no way I could do anything about that. So looks like Jigganautz, they're just gonna keep pushing top, and meanwhile Queen of Pain and Faces Void are farming the mid and the bot lane, but are they actually getting something with it? They're like, this is like Orchid is up on the Clinks. Almost Bloodstone is up on the Leshrac, and oh my.
Yeah, they're starting to get those really core items on each of their core heroes right now. I'm not quite sure, like, it's starting right now, they can just snowball and take calculated team fights and push objectives and leave this Dire
bottom tower is under
choking in
attack.
terms of like looking for farm and stuff.
Yeah, you just push, and there's nothing they can do about it. But you still have to be careful because you are pushing against the Faceless Void. He does have that Chronosphere, but we said a bit earlier, they don't have that much great combo with it. They do have the Sonic Wave if they want to go for it.
Well, the problem is with initiation with Faceless Void right now is he only has 1 level of time walk. That's going to make him really hard to find or position himself to get close enough to push out the Chronosphere. Because you also have to remember that not only does the Radiant side have an Earthshaker that would prevent him from jumping, there's also the glimpse from Disruptor. So he also needs to like mind his positioning and mind how he could position himself to like fog himself to make sure that he gets an initiation going. So
yeah, usually you want to get that time walk, like you said, to get the easier initiation, because he doesn't really want to you want it for time lock build, but when you're playing Void in the offlane, you're not looking for right click damage. You're looking for the initiation in the Chronosphere, because this game you do realize that there's going to be Earthshaker and Disruptor killing you, just disrupting you no matter what you do. but you just but there's gonna be static storm on the face, but he's gonna get cut. And Earthshaker is gonna go up. He's gonna use that echo. He's gonna use that totem, but not quite yet. Faces Void is gonna run away. Shadow Demon is gonna die. Juggernaut trying to do the damage, and he actually might be able to. There's gonna be a Leshrac falling off. I'm gonna live really fast because he do have that Bloodstone, but oh my god.
It's a team wipe.
Yeah, it's pretty much, that's 5-4-1, and they do get their stuff going, but at the same time, Bone Fletcher and Barishram doing so much for themselves.
We can already see almost a 7,000 XP advantage in terms of, or in favor of the Radiant side actually. More than that, and there's also more than 10,000 worth of gold going in favor of the Radiant side.
Yeah, I mean, the worst part for Optimate at this point is that even if like they would bank on the late game, let's say they did at the late game, Jig has all the tools to just keep pushing. Leshrac and Bone, if they want to push, is just gonna keep doing it, and I feel like that's what they're gonna do. If you're looking at Omega Pounder's build, he actually didn't max split Earth. He went for Diabolic Edict instead. He's really like banking on just pushing.
And not only that, I think it's safe to say that they got the late game almost secured.
Oh yeah, they do have their late game. I feel like they really do. I mean, Crystal Maiden didn't have any sort of impact right now. So that's gonna be. Oh, but there's gonna be Chronosphere, but he's gonna get glimpsed back in the Static Storm. So Chronosphere is gonna go down. Spirit Breaker is just gonna right click. He's gonna use that ultimate, and there's nothing Faces Void can do about it. And that's pretty much a stump. No matter where Jigs goes, they get a kill.
3,000 gold in this Barristan right now. Like, this is so crazy coming from an offlane from your Radiant side. Juggernaut completed his madness, but it's not even enough to even start defending on the towers that they have. There's gonna be an easy here in the middle. Omega Power stepping in the middle. And might get this kill on this Queen of Pain, and he does, but
he's YOLOing so hard though, but Barishram is gonna use that charge. Nobody's gonna get this trap. Are they gonna do it? Are they gonna get the damage? There's no way. There's gonna be a shaker. There's Bone doing the Orchid, and he might actually live with that. Oh, but no, he does have that Blink Dagger. Oh my, they cannot do anything about it. What I was saying is like, you know it's going bad for your team when the support from the enemy team has as much network roughly as your mid laner. Now, Faces Void, he's gonna miss the time walk, and he's pretty much in hell right now, and this is a disaster. Optimate cannot do anything, no matter where they go, and I think once again it's really come down to their draft. They get like Crystal Maiden, Shadow Demon early, but those heroes doesn't have any impact early on. So where you're going with it, and then you get an offlane Faces Void, which is a hero that relies on ganking and Chronosphere to get like its momentum, right?
Yeah.
And I don't think I've seen one. I don't even think I've seen one aggressive Chrono actually. They were pretty much all defensive.
And one thing to take note of as well is the Star side doesn't really utilize the smoke too much. The reason why you pick Faces Void is really to utilize the Chronosphere as much as you can once this one gets low. Second, there comes something off here in the middle lane. Sun's coming in, Earthshaker setting up all different stuns to kill everybody, and even the Echo Stun gets used. One by one, the Star side starts them all, and we might be looking at GG's coming in fairly short here.
Yeah, I mean this is over. This is pretty much over, like you said. But at the same time, Optimate last game they didn't want to GG too early. They're gonna fight. They're gonna use everything. And Queen of Pain, she's gonna go down to Fisher and to Clink's dagger. And unlike last time when they could just try to get some long ass fight with their buyback, I think no matter what happened, they're gonna go down before they could do any sort of damage.
So may I ask, what's the score of the series again?
So, if Jig actually win this game, it's gonna be in the final for the best of 3. I'm not sure if there's gonna be winner advantage just yet. I'm gonna have to make sure of it. But it's gonna be My Intent versus Jig. They actually played together last game, and My Intent won. But Jig come back in strength. They beat Optimate, and they're gonna play for the final for the $700. Oh, there's gonna be Static Storm onto the Juggernaut. He's stuck again, and there's gonna be Echo. Oh, but he doesn't have Echo. He's gonna go in. There's gonna be 3-man Chrono, actually 2-man, because Queen of Pain is his team, and And now we have Omega Potter in the back doing so much damage. Both Fletcher with the Orchid, and Earthshaker doesn't even die. He had like 20 HP, but he lives. And what looked like a really good chrono actually was a 3-man chrono with 1 allies in it. So like a 2-man chrono at most, I guess. And another team white for Jig, and they're gonna get the bottom tower, and it's just a quick.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
This Diabolic really is really good against pushing enemy team.
Dire's
I
bottom
unplugged my
tower
thing.
2 in a
has
row,
fallen.
0 for 5
Dire's
clashes
bottom
right
barracks are
there.
under
So
attack.
slowly but surely, there's not much that the Dire side can do anymore, especially that they already used the Chronosphere, so that's going to be still an 80-second cooldown. Queen of Pain really landed a bit.
Oh, Leshrac is doing it.
Alright.
That's gonna be 4-person stunned by a charge. It's almost a revenge at this point.
The 2 Wicked 6 coming in on the Radiant side. It's Dagon even coming in on this Spirit Breaker. That's just adding insult to injury right there. Grabbing in some kills, getting to the points.
The thing we could say about this game is that last game for Jake, they had Fly on the carry role in the Storm Spirit, and he hasn't that much impact. But as an offlaner, he really had this impact. He's been everywhere. He's really been creating so much pairs for that game, and I think we could pretty much say the same thing for every member of Jake. This game played really good. So I'm really excited to see how well they're gonna fare once again against My Intent in the final. Because those are My Intent showed really good skills, so that should be a really interesting final. Baratrum charging. Is he gonna go in the tower? In the fountain? No, he's not. So GG was called. Game is over. Jigs get the win. They're gonna meet My Intent in the final for the Ontario Elite Series for the grand prize of the $700. So see you guys. Final should start shortly. I was with Nico. I'm not sure if you're gonna be casting with me again, Nico, but that was a pleasure.
Alright.
I hope we cast again.
Thanks for having me. GG's, guys.